This is the quest for the best Chinese in the USA. So we have to say goodbye to LA. We've been driving all day. Where are we headed?
We're headed to San Francisco, and yesterday was a massive success. Not to give away too much, but we had our first screening of Conquering Northern China.
It was amazing. It was so cool to see such a turnout. And
almost sold out, right?
Yeah.
Nuts.
West Panach Road.
Shut up, Escalante.
Yeah. So we're headed to San Francisco. What is it that we're going to do there?
Of course, we're going to go see San Fran just because it's a freaking awesome city, but also we're going to go eat of course, what we're doing on this trip, authentic Chinese food, this time in America's biggest Chinatown.
Yeah, I mean, look, last time I went through San Francisco, I didn't get a chance to really explore Chinatown.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Sure. I got you a little treat, by the way.
Oh, what's that?
I got you ostrich jerky and also alligator jerky.
Well, I've had ostrich before, you know.
Should we start with the alligator then?
Yeah. I mean, ostrich is something you eat in South Africa a lot.
I've had it in Taiwan. Some alligator jerky.
Not very good.
It's kind of fishy.
I wouldn't say it's fishy. It's just,
It's a little fishy.
yeah, a little dry, really. Is it just me, or is it just dry?
Tastes like meat wood.
Which do you prefer?
The taste is better on this one. I guess this brand sucks.
Okay, all right.
Whoever made Buffalo Bob, you suck, boy.
Sorry, Buffalo Bob, but I do prefer your ostrich jerky over your alligator one.
Anyway,
So we're just basically on the road all day today. We're not going to be doing anything today. We're going to arrive in San Francisco. We're going to check into our hotel. And then we're going to start exploring the next day. We're going to go check out Chinatown, see what it's all about, and then try and arrange to go and see some awesome restaurants, things like that. So
I got some awesome stuff planned for us. Don't worry.
Cool. In a very interesting place. Where are we, Sea Milk?
We are in Chinatown.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Yes, we are, and it's quite confusing because it literally looks like we're in China a lot of the time here.
I would say it actually looks like identical to Hong Kong because of all the colonial buildings with the Chinese characters everywhere. Not to mention, it's really loud screeching, but also the predominant language that I keep hearing around the streets is Cantonese.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, it's so nice to meet you. Keep in touch. Thank you. Nice to meet you guys. Bye.
The thing is, when you get to a place like America, you know, I absolutely love it because there's so much opportunity here.
Right.
You see people of all different walks of life working together, living together. You know, you've got so much choice. You know, there's such a diverse landscape. Everything here is really quite spectacular.
Yeah.
And I mean, you might think I'm honeymoon perioding it here, but it's not. Oh, anyway, I'm hungry. Apparently dim sum on the street is a thing here. So we've been told about the best one in San Francisco, so let's go check it out. We are in San Francisco.
I can't see anything.
Put your glasses back on then, dude.
Lost my contacts last night. It really sucks.
Absolutely.
What happened to the weather, Winston?
Well, it kind of just got all misty and overcast all of a sudden. It was quite nice and bright earlier on.
Yeah, I kind of fell in love with San Francisco. We were walking around shooting, saw Alcatraz, we saw the beautiful kind of houses on the hill. It's kind of steep walks everywhere, though.
I absolutely love it, though. It's so cool. And Chinatown here was quite spectacular. It's weird. It's literally like you're walking around Hong Kong.
It is. There's very, very few differences.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, though, is that the people that came from China and came to this Chinatown are very different than the ones that we saw in LA.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's speaking Cantonese around here, and up until this point, we've been able to speak to everyone in Mandarin. But over here, literally, you try to speak Mandarin to them, they don't understand you because, they're all Cantonese.
For sure. What's that? Yeah. This is not correct. 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 This
It is currently now 10 past 2.
10 past 2.
You ever shoot out for a homeless man?
We're in the middle of shooting right
Yeah.
now. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Now the difference is everybody that we met so far over here speaks Cantonese, and it's something different because up until now on the trip, everybody's been able to understand Mandarin. We've been meeting people from the north of China, from central China, from all over China, but predominantly the people that have settled here in San Francisco obviously are from Hong Kong or from Guangdong because it's all Cantonese.
That's been a massive disadvantage for us. And
Yeah.
let me tell you why. And this is some behind the scenes stuff, but
Yeah.
basically everywhere we've gone in LA, it was pretty smooth sailing because I would call them up or I'd show up, right? We'd just kind of randomly show up and speak Chinese to them, and it was kind of really nice. Like they felt
Yeah.
like a nice connection with us. But because everyone here is Cantonese, there's a different barrier for us. Unlike in China, Cantonese people here don't speak Mandarin for
Yes.
the most part, right? So they don't identify with that. There's no camaraderie there.
And also you have to understand, you know, traditionally anyway, down south there's a lot more scamming going on. There's
Right.
a lot more sort of people taking advantage of people for money and things, so they don't trust us.
Right.
And it's very annoying because we'd walk into a restaurant in LA and we'd speak in Mandarin and say, "Hey, is your manager here?"
Like,
and
no
they'd be
problem,
like,
let's do
"Whoa,
this," you
weird
know?
foreigners speaking Chinese." And then
Here it's left and right, turn
yeah,
it
we
down over.
say,
and
"Hey,
over.
is there a manager here?" Like, no. We're like, "We want to make a video." No. It's like, it's
So
kind of
that's why
annoying.
we're in a park, and
Yeah.
we're in a beautiful park actually. It's
Yeah.
quite nice here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Other than the weather, and we got
Dim sum.
apparently the best dim sum you can buy in San Francisco.
I had to have a bit of a laugh at the name because we always make that joke about Mong because, you know,
It's called Good Mong Bakery.
yeah, good Mong Bakery. You know, in Hong Kong, you stayed in Mong for a little while,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, I go to Mong quite often to buy stuff, but you know, it really does like sound like an STI, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does. Anyway,
Yeah, let's get on with
we've
it.
heard very good things about this, and you don't have to. We couldn't film inside because, well, we filmed us ordering, but there's no sit-down tables, so we had to get it to go. It's a
Yeah,
to-go place.
I mean that's something I got to point out as well. Is there's this huge queue outside,
Uh-huh.
and we've been walking up and down Chinatown taking B-roll all day.
Right.
Right? And we get to that place, and guess what? There's still a queue.
Right.
And that's when you know it's good. And I've talked about this before. We talked about this on ADVChina
Yeah.
before, right?
Right.
It's basically, if there's a queue, that's where people will go because then obviously it's got to be good. Otherwise, why would people be queuing up,
For
right?
sure. And one of
Ooh.
the reasons for the queue is your favorite thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Why don't you show that to the camera real
I will.
quick?
Okay. This is a chao shu bao, which is like a sweet barbecue pork bun.
Right.
And basically, what you'll find inside of it is you'll find kind of a honeyed, sweetened barbecue pork.
Right.
And it's pretty
Some of them
damn
can
delicious.
have some of them can have a bunch of different spices, almost like a nutmeg type flavor, and some of them are just straight up pork.
Yeah.
This one looks really good, almost like a
Wow.
pulled pork. That
Look
looks
at-
better than in China.
It does. I got to give it a try.
Okay. So try it out.
It does have a savory taste to it
Mm-hmm.
and sweet, and it's got a very fluffy sort of a breading around it. Well, not breading, a fluffy bun around it. It's delicious.
You know what I like about this one?
What?
It's not cloyingly sweet like a
Yes,
dessert.
yes. It's got a little bit more savory in it.
And you know what the pork tastes like? You know when you got like Chinese American food and it has the little bits of pork in the noodles, like or the fried rice. It's like that same consistency of pork, but it actually works. It is very, very gooey and kind of nice. One thing I hate about getting chao shao bao in China sometimes is they'll put like a little dab of sauce in there and it barely has anything. This one's chock full.
Yeah, it's very generous.
It's not very authentic in that way.
I mean, you say that, but I've had very similar stuff to this because dim sum is one of those things we've both probably had it up to here with, to be honest, because living in Guangdong and our families being, you know, Chinese families are Guangdong, right? Every time you go out for yam cha, which is just going out for dim sum. And for me, one thing I hate about dim sum in Guangdong is that pretty much every dish has got shrimp in it. Almost every dish, because they use shrimp paste, or they use like the shafen. They throw them in everything, and it's really annoying because I'm allergic. So I'm always stuck at the dim sum places ordering chao shao bao,
Right.
meatballs, and spring rolls, a couple of things like that, right?
Right.
So I'm always having the same 4 or 5 dishes every time. So I've eaten a lot of these.
I have too. I would say for authenticity for me that's a 6 out of 10. For taste, I'm going to give that a 8.
Okay. I'm going to say it's an 8 out of 10 for authenticity because I've had something that's almost exactly the same before.
You're a big fan of this. You've had that more than me.
Yeah, I have. For taste, I'll give it an 8 as well. It's delicious. It's great.
It's a good chao shao bao. I think it's better than most of the ones I've had.
If you're going to have dim sum, you have to order the chao shu bao.
For sure. What's next?
Well, like we were saying earlier, or I was saying, there's a lot of shrimp involved, right? So
Well, that's why you're going to take care of the chicken shao mai that we got. And and I'm going to take care of the shrimp dumplings.
Absolutely. So, let's see. I've never
show the
seen.
camera?
I've never ever seen a chicken shell mai before. This is the first time.
Yeah, so it's going to take off points for authenticity immediately there.
Yeah, usually they got pork or they've got shrimp. It's always got like one little damn shrimp.
Can I try one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So a Shao mai is basically a wonton wrapper wrapped around a dumpling sort of thing. This one's
Yeah.
got scallions and chicken
Yeah,
in it,
that's
right?
correct. Yeah.
So this should be quite tasty, I
Let's
think.
try it out. Mmm.
It takes me back immediately to that roadside place next to my house in Huizhou.
Oh, those.
Before
yeah.
we go work on our motorcycles or go on a trip or whatever, we'd stop and stock up on something very similar. This
Something
tastes better
similar.
though.
This still almost tastes like canned chicken soup in a way, doesn't it? It's got a bit of chicken soup, with mushrooms, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. This tastes like almost like something you could get in any Chinese American restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
And for that, the authenticity is 3.
I'm gonna give it a 2. Maybe even a 1 because I've never seen a chicken shao mai. It's definitely made for the American
For
taste.
sure.
And you can try and say, oh, but maybe they have it somewhere in China. No, because this food comes from where I live in China, and
Right.
I've eaten it like religiously for years and
Right.
years and years and years. I've
That's not
never seen
authentic
one. In fact, I'm
whatsoever.
going to give it a 0.
The
Oh,
reason
okay,
I
no,
give it,
a 1 because it's got the skin.
I was gonna say it
Okay.
looks like a Shao
Yeah,
mai,
it looks
right?
like a shao mai, yeah. And there's
Uh,
definitely a little bit of shrimp in there because I can feel a little tingle. I forgot to give it taste.
Oh yeah, taste. I'm
Sorry.
sorry. I'm gonna give it
So-
a 4.
I actually quite liked it, so I'm going to give it like a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
This looks exactly like a shrimp dumpling, albeit 3 times bigger.
It is way bigger, yeah?
And shrimp dumplings are just that. It's a rice paper dumpling, unlike a rice dumpling, unlike a wheat dumpling wrapper.
Yeah.
A little bit translucent, and it's chock full of shrimp usually.
Give it a shot.
What they've done
Oh, it's got a breaded shrimp inside. Okay.
with an egg bread,
Yeah.
like an egg breading,
I've never seen that before.
you get a lot more bang for your buck with these ones. There's a lot more shrimp in them, but I've had better ones. And I actually had better ones in New York City, believe it or not,
Oh,
at a
wait.
dim sum place. And it had a whole shrimp in it. It was unadulterated.
An unadulterated shrimp. So
This
did
one-
it have like its
this is
scales
not,
and stuff?
This one's not fresh. No, I'm saying this is not a fresh shrimp. It's like
Yeah, it's
you
breaded,
probably
yeah.
frozen, fried up. Authenticity, I'm going to give this a 4.
Okay.
I would never have anything like this in China. Taste, I'll give it a 6. It's pretty good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, just from the look of it, because, my wife loves shrimp, so she's always ordering that stuff, right? I've never seen one like that before, so just from the look of it, the authenticity is way down there, probably like a 2 or 3. Okay, what do we got next?
What's this? You ordered that one.
She got the order wrong, didn't she? 'Cause I can't stand these things.
What are they?
It's that sesame.
Sesame ball thing?
Well, I said I wanted a meatball, and she gave me this. This is not a meatball. What do we got left?
Perhaps one of the most famous dim sum items,
All right, the sort of
Nai
custard
Huang Bao.
thing. Yeah, Nai Huang Bao.
but it can easily, I'm going to just split one then.
Yeah, split one.
It can easily be screwed up. I've had horrendous ones that are made of salty duck eggs. And you know me with that flavor, like I actually just can't handle it.
Yeah,
And the salty duck egg really
Sure.
just messes me up.
sure.
It's got that poultry taste to it. And then I've had ones that are just pure custard,
Yeah,
which tastes really, really yummy. And
yeah.
I'm
I like the custard ones.
hoping that's
Yeah.
what we got here.
Oh,
Is there Nai Huang Bao?
yeah,
I always get these when I go to dim sum.
yeah,
And this one's very rich.
yeah. Hand me one of those. Look at that. That's got a very thick consistency. Sometimes you get it's almost runny, and it just, bleeds out like custard.
Right. This one's not that.
No. It's good.
That was a good one. That's a straight up custard. I
Yeah.
like that a lot better than the egg tasting one. They called this the egg yolk bun. And for authenticity, it actually tastes a little bit like coconut.
It does
There's
have
a little bit
coconut.
of
There's
coconut in
definitely
it.
some coconut in it.
You're not allergic to that, are you?
No.
Good.
Just shrimp.
Authenticity, though, it's not like any Nai Huang Bao I've had before. I'm going to give it a 4 for authenticity and an 8.5 for taste. It's pretty yummy.
I mean, it is the same idea. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for authenticity, just because it's kind of the same thing, but it is nicer. I'm going to give it an 8 for taste. It is. It's like, but have this for dessert, because it's kind of weird to have this as your only breakfast food.
Right.
But that being said, in China, when people get their breakfast waiting for the bus and stuff, it's usually like a piece of cake.
Right.
Like some kind of, they call it bread, but it's usually like strawberry
cake,
flavored
yeah.
cake and like a
Soy milk.
yeah, or soy milk, yeah.
That is kind of how they do breakfast, right? No, we had our breakfast here, kind of a late lunch, but we have to save a lot more room because this episode is all covering Cantonese food.
Correct.
So we started with the average Cantonese meal that you'd have earlier on. We're going to have some Cantonese dinner items later on at actually one of our friends' restaurants downtown.
Yeah, so we've got no problem filming there because, you know, he's actually one of our subscribers and a friend of ours, and he's just like, hey, you know, his uncle, it's his uncle, right?
Yeah.
His uncle runs a restaurant where they do Cantonese food. So we can have some nice, you know, sort of authentic Cantonese food there and try it out. I'd say, you know, that place we just went to, really good food.
Yeah, the dim sum's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but it's not very authentic.
Right, it's got its own flair, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Right?
It's not very authentic, but it tastes very good.
It tastes good. I liked it.
I liked it too. I can heartily suggest it. If you want to get a kind of a taste of China that's not authentic, but it's kind of the same.
Yeah, right down to the spitting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Even the spitting's authentic. So yeah.
We'll
awesome.
see you at the next restaurant.
Absolutely. See you there. Next time on Quest for the Best Chinese in the USA, our San Francisco adventure continues as we explore the Cantonese majority areas in search for the most authentic Cantonese food in America. Support the show by buying a shirt and be a part of it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. We bumped into a subscriber, so can you do me a favor, tell everyone to stay awesome?
Stay awesome.